So I'm with Bullard. We manufacture respiratory equipment for the spray foam industry, the blast industry, paint and coatings. Um, we are based in Lexington, Kentucky, and our manufacturing facility is in Cynthiana, Kentucky. So everything that you see from Bullard is USA made. So not a lot of folks can say that out there. So today, really what we were kind of doing, we did some demos with what's called our free air pump. So this is a one-man system. So if you're out spraying, you can run up to 300 foot of hose off of this. You don't need any CO monitoring. You're going to put it to a hood like this, which does not require any fit testing. So these guys can have full beards and still wear a soft hood. So they plug that in. It's going to drop their temperature down probably about 15, 20 degrees because they're going to have cool air coming in at about 10 CFM. So you can see a lot of smiles on their faces when they had that on compared to what they're wearing now with this half face mask with pancake filters. Technically, OSHA says if you're at the end of the gun, you're supposed to have supplied air. Is everybody doing it? No. But we offer all the ways that they can do it and be in compliance.
So what's the advantage of that type of air versus looks like that has a handle on it. So would I be like going into a space that I'm insulating, have that with me, and then?
Yeah, you would set this down.
Okay.
Like we had it outside, as long as it's ambient air that's grade D breathable, which is anywhere we're walking around breathing and we're not falling over, there's a grade D breathable air in here. Okay. So it meets all the requirements. So basically what it does, it sucks that air in and then it filters out any impurities and it runs it to the respirator. So that's how it works.
So you don't want it in the attic?
You really
don't
want
it
there.
Outside or something?
Yeah, or you can put it down the living room, if they want to get the AC. If you're inside air conditioning versus outside, it doesn't matter. It's not going to make the air any cooler because what it's doing is just blowing over this motor and that's producing the cool air that comes into here. So, even if the black hose out there was in the sunlight all day, you're still getting cool air out of it. So
it's kind of a twofold thing. So you don't get heat stroke, basically.
Yes.
And then, so you don't breathe in the fumes. And
yep. Yeah, you're getting 1,000 APF, so that's the highest rating you can get without going into a firefighter SCBA breathing apparatus. So, what they're wearing, a lot of times you'll see the half face with the little pancake filters. They're only getting about a 50 APF, so you're getting 1,000 out of one of these hoods.
Wow.
So a whole lot more protection, a lot more comfort. Plus, you got that positive pressure of air coming through, helps cool you down a little bit.
So who actually purchases? Is this like somebody as a big company, or is it small shop?
A lot of small shops will do this little setup right here.
Okay.
Because it's, like I said, it's a one-man system. These guys have one, maybe two guys, so they may buy two systems. You move into supplied air, that's going to be your bigger companies that actually have one of the PCR rigs. So on the PCR rig, like Darren he can add this cab. This is called a cab, a clean air box. So once you hook into a compressor, you get a lot more benefits because you get a lot more air pressure. We have what's called a cool tube. You can actually hook the cool tube up to here and it'll drop your temperature by 30 degrees. We also have a hot cold tube. So let's say you're working North Texas, Oklahoma. You can flip that around. You can get 30 degrees more so you can heat yourself up. You can't do that with this because there's not enough CFMs, but you do get it with this. When you go to supplied air, though, you have to monitor your CO. That's an OSHA regulation. So
what happens if your CO's off?
It's going to alarm.
Okay.
If it's over 10 ppm. So the US standard is 10 ppm. Canadian is 5 ppm. So this one, you can set it down to 5 ppm if you want to. But in US, you only have to be at 10 parts per million. Anything over that's where you're going to start feeling some bad stuff. Yeah. You're going to start losing oxygen, basically.
Okay.
Because carbon monoxide, it displaces oxygen. So
that's not good.
So that's your fail safe right there.
Okay.
And this one also does a dew point. You don't want moisture in the lines. A lot of folks think, oh, I get cool air in there because it's dripping water on me. You don't want that, especially in spray foam. You don't want water anywhere near spray foam. So that takes care of everything right there for you. Does all the data logging for them. So if OSHA inspector comes on, they want to know the last time you calibrated this, how much gas is in it, how many alarms have you had. It's got a little thumb drive inside. They take it out, plug it into the computer, and makes an Excel spreadsheet. OSHA inspector gets to see everything that they've done. Says, all right, you're good to go.
Okay. So that would be like in the rig next to the supplied air.
Unless they have a standalone compressor, if they do their own thing. But the best way to do it is just install this in the rig. Darren's done a bunch of them like that with our stuff. You just install it in the rig, run that compressed air through here. Because the compressed air comes in here, this feeds out to whoever, however many guys. We can go up to 8 people on a different box. So there's different size boxes. This is a 2-man box, so it's running 30 CFMs out to those guys.
Okay.
So you got to be at least 7 CFMs to the end of the gun.